Welcome to St. Joseph's College for Women Autonomous, Vishakhapatnam. Welcome to St. Joseph's open web-based learning platform, So We Learn, for a soulful and enriching e-learning experience. Welcome to the Department of Mathematics. Our topic is Analytical Skills. Instructor for this chapter, Mrs. V. Bharati, MSc B.Ed, pursuing PhD, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, St. Joseph's College for Women, Vishakhapatnam. Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to see the most important topic, that is simple interest. In general, we study many topics under analytical skills, but out of all, simple interest is something we all face in banks, loans, FDs, and even while shopping on EMI. So today let's understand it clearly. Let us see the learning outcomes. By the end of the lesson, students should be able to learn explaining the meaning of simple interest in their own words, use the simple interest formula correctly, calculate interest and total amount accurately, solve word problems involving simple interest, apply the concept to everyday financial decisions. Let's all see the contents of this topic: introduction, definition, related examples, example problems, and practice problems. Let us see the introduction of simple interest. Simple interest is the interest calculated only on the original principal amount. Unlike compound interest, the interest earned or charged does not become part of the principal for future interest calculations. It is the simplest method of calculating interest, and it is commonly used for short-term loans, personal loans, and some saving schemes. Let's move on to the general definition of simple interest. Here, the simple interest is the interest calculated only on the original principal for the entire period of the loan or investment at a fixed rate of interest. Important formula to calculate simple interest is PRT by 100, or we can also read PTR by 100, where SI, PRT are nothing but SI means simple interest, P calculate principal, and here R indicates rate and T is time. Let us see related examples. Example 1. Find the simple interest on 5,000 rupees at 6% per annum for 2 years. Here the question says, for example, initially we are taking or borrowing loan 5,000 rupees from the bank. Now the bank is going to charge 6% interest and the time duration will be 2 years. Now what they ask us to calculate in this example means they ask us to find what is the simple interest for 2 years. First, we are going to solve this problem in 2 steps. In step 1, we are going to write all the values. In step 2, we are going to apply or substitute all the values in a given formula. First, given principal amount is 5,000 rupees at 6%. The time will be 2 years. First, write down all the given values. Here P is nothing but principal amount, that is 5,000, and R indicates rate of interest, that is 6%. Here the time duration is 2 years. Let's simplify. Let's calculate all the values. Just write down the formula PTR by 100 or PRT by 100. Just substitute all the values in this formula. 5000 into, instead of R and T, just substitute values. 6 into 2 by 100. After solving, or here just cancel, two zeros cancel, and after that just multiply. 50 into 6 to 12. After calculating, we got 600. So finally, the simple interest we got 600 rupees. Let's move on to the second example. Find the simple interest on 8000 rupees at 5% per annum for 3 years. Even in this question also, they ask us to find simple interest on 8000 rupees at 5% per annum for 3 years. Initially, we are going to take 8000 amount, and we treated that 8000 amount is a principal amount, and we are going to pay 5% interest on 8000 rupees. The time duration will be 3 years. First, write down given principal amount is 8000 at 5%. I already told you we are going to solve this simple interest concept in 2 steps. First, we are going to write all the given values. So write the values in the given question. The principal amount is 8000 and R is 5%, and the time duration will be 3 years. And next we are going to substitute all the values in a given formula, that is simple interest PRT by 100. Just substitute all these values here. 8000 into 5 into 3 by 100. After cancellation 0 zeros, write down 80 into 5 3s 15. After calculating 15 or multiply 80 into 15, we got 1200. So this is the simple interest calculate on 8000 amount at 5% per annum for 3 years. Let's move on to the third example. A sum earns 2400 rupees in 4 years at 6%. Find the principal. Here the question is asking how much money was originally invested. Actually, the question says someone put some money in a bank. That money stayed there for 4 years. The bank gave 6% interest every year. After those 4 years, the total interest earned was 2400. Now the question is, what was the original amount of money? We don't know the starting amount. We only know how much interest it made, for how long, and at what rate. So we have to find the original sum. Here the original sum is nothing but principal amount. Let's look into the solution. Given simple interest is 2400 in 4 years. Let's find principal amount in 2 steps. First, write down all the given values. Here the principal amount we don't know, just put a question mark, and R is 6% per annum, and the time duration will be 4 years. In step 2, the conversion method is used here. By using simple interest formula, we derived principal, that is principal is equals to simple interest into 100 by R into T. R and T are nothing but rate and time. Just substitute all the above values here. Instead of SI, we already got 2400 as a simple interest. So write down here 2400 into 100 divided by, here the rate is 6 and time duration is 4. Just write down 2400 into 100 by 6 into 4, 24. Next, after cancellation, we got 100 into 100. After multiplication, we got 10,000. So the principal amount is 10,000 rupees at 6% per annum during 4 years. Let us see example 4. A sum of 8000 rupees is invested at 7.5% per annum for 4 years. Find the simple interest and the amount. Here the question says if we invested 8,000 for 4 years at 7.5% per year, how much interest will you earn and how much total money will you have at the end? Now the question asks two things. Find the simple interest. How much extra money did we earn in those 4 years? Second one is find the amount. What is the total money we will get back after 4 years? That means original money plus interest. Let's see the solution. First write down given values. Here the principal is 8,000 and the rate of interest is 7.5% and time duration will be 4 years. So here we are using simple interest formula, that is PRT by 100. Just substitute all the values in this formula. 8,000 into 7.5 into 4 by 100. So whenever we remove this decimal part, we are going to multiply it by 10. Just 8 into, after just cancellation we got 8 into 75 into 4. After multiplying the whole part we got 2,400. That is simple interest. Now we are going to solve amount. What is the original amount? What is the amount we got at last? So here the amount formula is principal plus simple interest. Here the principal amount already given, that is 8,000 plus, and the simple interest just now we got 2,400. After adding all the values we got 10,400 is the amount we got at the end of the 4 years. Let us see the example 5. A person borrows 15,000 rupees at 8% per annum, simple interest. How much will he have to repay after 2 years, 6 months? Let us understand question clearly step by step. First, a person borrowed 15,000 rupees from someone else or a bank. Here the rate of interest is 8% per year. This is simple interest. Now the person kept the money for 2 years and 6 months. Now the question is how much total money will he have to repay after 2 years 6 months. That means we have to find two things. How much interest will be charged for 2 years 6 months. Total amount to repay, nothing but original amount plus interest. Let's see the solution. Here the principal amount is 15,000 and the rate of interest is 8. We are going to solve this solution in 3 steps. First we need to convert the time into years. Since time is given in years and months, first we convert 6 months into years. So 2 years 6 months becomes 2.5 years. Here the principal is 15,000 and R is 8% per annum and the time duration will be 2.5 years. Next look into the step 2. Here we are going to calculate simple interest. The formula is PRT by 100. Just substitute all the above values in this. 15,000 into 8 into 2.5 by 100. As we already discussed, whenever we remove this decimal part, just we put add in the denominator part, 0 in the denominator part. After cancellation we got 15 into 8 into 25. After multiplying we got simple interest is 3,000 rupees. Now we are going to calculate amount to be repaid. Here amount formula is principal plus simple interest. Question itself the given amount, that is 15,000 plus, now the simple interest just now we got, that is 3,000. After adding these two values we got 18,000 rupees as a amount. Therefore the person has to repay 18,000. Let us see example 6. A sum of money becomes 18,000 in 4 years and 21,000 in 7 years at simple interest. Find the principal and rate of interest. Here the question is little tricky, but we can understand the question step by step. Someone invested some money but we don't know how much that original amount is. This money grows with simple interest. After 4 years, the total money becomes 18,000. After 7 years, the total money becomes 21,000. Now the question asks, find the principal and rate of interest. That means principal, what was the original amount that was invested? Rate is nothing but at what percentage per year was interest given. First see the solution. Here both principal and rate are unknowns. In step 1, we are going to calculate between 4th year and 7th year there is a gap of 3 years. In those 3 years the amount increased from 18,000 to 21,000, so that 3,000 increase is the interest earned in 3 years. Just look into the step 1. Find the interest for 3 years. The amount after 4 years is 18,000. The amount after 7 years is 21,000. Therefore, the interest earned during 3 years is 3,000. So, interest for 3 years is 3,000. Now, we are going to see for 1 year, the interest for 1 year is 3,000 by 3 is equals to 1,000. Therefore, interest for 4 years is 1,000 into 4 is equals to 4,000. This is the continuation part of the previous slide. In previous slide, we are already proved interest for 4 years, that is 4,000. In this slide, we are going to see what is the principal amount we got for 4 years and rate of interest. Let's see step 2. Find the principal. As we know the formula, that is amount is equals to principal plus simple interest. For 4 years, we got amount. Question itself the given. For 4 years, the amount is 18,000, which is equals to, since we don't know the principal, right? Just write down P as it is, plus in the previous slide we got simple interest for 4 years is 4,000. Using this equation, calculate principal, that is principal is equals to 18,000 minus 4,000, which is equals to 14,000 is the principal amount for 4 years. Let's see that step 3. In this step 3, we are going to find the rate. Using simple interest formula, that is PRT by 100, just substitute simple interest, which we got in the previous slide for 4 years, that is 4,000, which is equals to, and just in the previous line we got the principal amount for 4 years is 14,000 into, since we don't know the rate of interest per annum, just write R as it is, into the time duration will be 4, right? Just 4 divided by 100. After cancellation on the right side part, we got 4,000 in the left side part as it is, which is equals to, after cancellation we got 560 or 560 into R. Here R is the rate of interest. So finally, we want to calculate the rate of interest. So send this 560 to the left side part. Then it becomes 4,000 by 560. After got cancellation, the rate of interest we got 7.14. So finally we found principal amount is 14,000 and rate of interest 7.14% per annum. Let us see example 7. A sum of money amounts to 12,000 rupees in 3 years and 15,000 rupees in 6 years at simple interest. Find the principal, rate of interest and the amount after 8 years. Let us understand this question step by step. First, someone invested some money. We don't know the original amount. This money is earning simple interest. After 3 years, the total amount becomes 12,000, and after 6 years, the total amount becomes 15,000. Now the question is asking three things. Find the principal. What was the original money invested? Next is find the rate of interest. At what percentage per year was it growing? And third one, find the amount after 8 years. How much will it become if we keep it for 8 years total? Let's see the solution. Since we don't know the principal, let us consider the principal VP. Given amount for 3 years is 12,000 and for 6 years is 15,000. Let us solve this problem in 3 steps. In first step, we are going to solve interest for 3 years. Once we know interest for 1 year, we can find the original principal and then the rate. After that, we can also calculate for 8 years. Look into the step 1. First, see the difference between two amounts is the interest of simple interest earned during additional 3 years, which is equals to 15,000 minus 12,000 is equals to 3,000. Therefore, interest for 1 year is 1,000. Next, step 2. Find the interest for 3 years from the beginning. Since the interest is the same every year, under simple interest is 3,000. Therefore, the principal is A3 minus S3. In the previous slide, we have started to find principal for 3 years by using simple interest and amount. Since we know that P is equals to A minus simple interest, here A is nothing but 12,000 minus simple interest, we got 3,000. So after solving this, we got principal is 9,000. So in step 2, we got principal amount for 3 years. Whereas in step 3, we are going to find rate of interest for 3 years by using simple interest formula, that is PTR by 100 or PRT by 100. For 3 years, we already know simple interest is 3,000, which is equals to, and just now we got principal amount for 3,000 for 3 years is 9,000 into, since we don't know rate of interest, just consider rate of interest as R. Time duration is 3 years, so into 3 divided by 100. Next line, 3,000 is equals to, after solving we got 270 into R. By using this equation, we got rate of interest, which is equals to 3,000 by 270. We got 11.111. So in step 3, we got rate of interest for 3 years. Let us move on to the step 4. Finally, we want to find the amount after 8 years. We already solved interest for 1 year is 1,000. Therefore, it is easy to calculate interest for 8 years. Now, we are going to calculate interest for 8 years, which is 1,000 into 8, which is equals to 8,000. And finally, we are going to calculate amount, that is amount is equals to principal plus simple interest. In step 2, we got principal amount is 9,000 for 3 years plus simple interest we got 8,000. After adding these two values, we got 17,000. So finally, after 8 years, we got amount is 17,000 and principal amount is 9,000. In this slide, let us see some practice problems. First one, find the simple interest on 12,000 at 5% per annum for 4 years. Next, a sum of 10,000 is lent at 8% per annum for 2 years. Find the interest in the amount. Third one, a sum amount to 13,200 in 4 years at 8% per annum. Simple interest. Find the principal. Next one, The simple interest on a certain sum for 6 years at 7% per annum is 5040. Find the principal and also amount. Next one. A sum of money amounts to 12,000 in 3 years and 15,000 in 6 years at simple interest. Find the principal and rate of interest. Last one, the difference between the simple interest on a certain sum at 8% and 10% per annum for 5 years is 1500. Find the principal. Let us try to solve all these practice problems. Thank you for sparing your valuable time to listen all these videos.